To get started with this project, when you launch Adobe XD, the first screen that you'll see is their welcome screen that lets you create new documents. Since Adobe XD is built for making interactive documents, there are some predefined sizes for things like phones and touchpads. There's also things for creating websites and even social media pages. What we want to do is to create a custom size document, and this will simulate a kiosk as if you were actually in the store typing on it. The size of our document is going to be 1024 wide by 768 tall. And note that the unit of measure is always in pixels since we're working on a screen-based medium. With this done, you can choose custom size, and this will give us our artboard that we're going to be working on. As with all of the Adobe software, most of your tools can be found over on the right-hand side, and you can see there's only a small variety of tools to choose from. This is because Adobe tries to be very lean and not try to do everything all in one software. We only want to be able to create and manipulate graphics and then later on link them up. In the middle, of course, you have your artboard. If you use Command plus and minus, you can zoom in and out. Later on, we'll be adding other artboards to this space as well. So if you hold down the space bar, you can get the little hand and be able to move it around. And then finally, over on the right-hand side are all of the panels and palettes that it takes to be able to manipulate your document or even the different graphics that you're going to be creating. The first thing we want to do is to add a background to our design. So with this original artboard, I'm going to rename it as our home artboard. Up here at the very top, you can see by default it's called custom size. But if I double click on the name, we'll call this home, and this will be our simple home screen. Next, let's import the chalk background so that it has the same background to it. I'm going to go up to File, down to Import. I've got it saved on my desktop, but locate the Johnny Burger Interactive Kiosk, and we'll choose the home page folder that's in there. From here, choose the chalk background PNG and choose Import. You'll notice that when it's imported, it'll place the picture right in the center of it, so we can click on the edges and scale it up to make it fit the entire size. And even though it's going outside of the edge of the board, when you click away and deselect it, it'll automatically crop everything to fit inside of your artboard, which is really nice so that you don't have to trim off anything down to size. We don't want to be able to move this board around, so I need to lock it down. So go up to Object and down to Lock. Command L is a good keyboard shortcut to know. The final thing we need to do to the home page is to add our logo to it. So let's go back up to File and Import one more time. Choose the Johnny Burgers logo, PNG, and import it as well. We can bring it up just a little bit larger, and if you need to, you can scale it down. Holding down the Option key as you scale will allow you to scale from the center, and that looks pretty good right there. Next, let's add a button down at the bottom that allows us to click to begin. To do this, I'm going to choose my Type tool over on the side, and the Type tool works very similar to any other tool in Adobe software. If I click once, it'll give me my little eyebar blinking cursor, and I'll type in simply click to begin. With that done, I can highlight my text, and I can use my panels over on the right-hand side to change up my font, change up the size, change up the coloring. Let's make this a little bit larger. For instance, I'm going to choose a font that reads really well. Maybe Impact. That's a little bit too bold. Let's try Futura. That looks good. I'm going to choose it to be the medium Futura. We'll make it larger by increasing the size of it here. And we can change the color of it down at the bottom by choosing the fill color. And I'll set mine to be white. Some other things that can be done is by giving it an outline border or even a drop shadow. In this case, we don't necessarily need to do that, but I do want to center it up in my frame. So I'll choose my black arrow selection tool, and click on it, until I get my smart guides to let me know that it's completely centered up. Now with this done, let's go ahead and save our document. Go up to File and Save, and I'm simply going to call this the Johnny Burger Kiosk, and hit Save. Next, let's jump in and talk about how to connect and add on all the different hamburgers to our document.